This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we have seen about loops where we discussed about while loop and do while loop. Today we'll go with for loop, and after that we'll see break and continue. Let us initially go with for loop. The syntax of for loop is we use the keyword for is a keyword, then we go with the initialization. For initialization, then we check the condition, then semicolon, expression. Right? Then we go with the set of statements in between the curly braces. Statement 1, statement 2, like that, statement n. And same syntax rule. If no curly braces, then it considers only one statement. For one statement, using curly braces is optional. Now, like an example, to display the numbers from 1 to 10, so we take a for loop where we initialize the value to 1, int I equal to 1, this is called as initialization, then semicolon I less than or equal to 10, this is the condition, then expression I plus plus, then we'll print the value of I. Now see how the flow goes here is, first it will go to initialization, I equal to 1. After initialization, the control will go to the condition 1 less than or equal to 10 s. Then it comes to the statements s popping I, which is going to print 1. After statements, the control will go to expression I plus plus. I will become no 2. Then after expression, the control will come and check the condition here. So 2 less than or equal to 10 s. 2 less than or equal to 10 s. Then it's going to print s popping I, which is going to print 2. Again control goes to I plus plus 3, 3 less than or equal to 10 s prints 3, like that 9. 9 plus plus 10, 10 less than or equal to 10 s, then it's going to print 10 here. Then again I plus plus 11, 11 less than or equal to 10, false. The condition is false, then comes out. So how the flow goes? The control will be condition, statements, expression. Condition, statements, expression. Initialization is executed only one time here. It goes to initialization only for one time. Now, let us go with some more examples. If we take a for loop for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus, and we are ending with semicolon. Observe, we have ended with semicolon. Now we are printing the value of I. Now, what is the output of this code? Can anyone give the answer? What is the output?
One to 10?
Not 1 to 10. Observe, we have ended with semicolon here. So it goes with error. The output is what? Error. But the error is in second line. Understand? The error is in second line, not in first line. It goes with what? Error. Now let me elaborate why we are getting error. So when you end with semicolon, it considers only this is the for loop. Only this is our for loop. And where we have declared a variable? Inside for loop. So when you declare the variable inside for loop, how to know the declaration? When you see data type, it is declaration. Since we have declared I variable inside for loop, we can use this I variable only within for loop. Outside we cannot use. Since this statement does not belong to for loop, and when I'm trying to use this I variable, since it is not declared, it goes with error in second line, and the message is cannot find the symbol variable I, right? Now, if I'm declaring I variable outside now we are declaring I variable outside. Now we'll say for I equal to 1, I less than or equal 10, I plus plus. Here I'm ending with semicolon again. Now we'll print the value of I. Then what is output now? Now it won't go with error. I'm only giving the answer no error. Because I've declared I variable outside means I can use I variable inside for loop and even outside for loop. Then what is the value of I? It is going to display over here. What is the output of this code now? So when this statement will get executed? When the for loop is completed. So when the for loop is completed, when condition becomes false. When condition becomes false, for loop is completed. So when the condition becomes false, when a value becomes more than 10, what is that? 11. So when a value becomes 11, 11 less than or equal to 10 false comes out and prints the value of I, which is what here? 11 here. See here how the flow goes. First I equal to 1, 1 less than or equal to 10 true. Since we have ended with semicolon, no statements. So it will come to I plus plus. I will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 10, S. Again I plus plus 3. 3 less than or equal to 10, S. Again I plus plus 4. Like that it continues. When I value becomes more than 10, that is 11. 11 less than or equal to 10, false, comes out and prints the value of I, which is 11 here. So these examples are important. Even I'll be asking same questions in the next class. Please recap it if you are totally new to this. Any questions, anyone? No. Let us go with some example codes using this for loop. Write a program to find the factorial of a given number. If you take the number like 5, then what is 5 factorial? What is factorial? We have to multiply from given number to 1. So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 will give the factorial, which is 120. So multiplying from given number to 1 or 1 to given number will give the factorial. Right? Now, what type of operation we are doing here? Multiplication. So when you go with multiplication, take a variable, initialize the value to 1. If you initialize the value to 0, something multiplied by 0 is 0 only. So when you go with multiplication operation, initialize the value to what? 1 here. Now, let us understand this with the complete code. Factorial.jar. Open Eclipse. Create a new class factorial with main method. Now, import scanner to accept the user input. Create object of scanner class. Connect to keyboard. Now go with the message. Enter a number. Now we'll say int n equal to a start next. Now for this number we want to find factorial. So take a variable f equal to 1. Now go with the for loop. So for int I equal to n. 5 to 1. It's what? Decrement here, and it's a sequence. So we use for loop. For sequences, suggested to use for loop. So for int I equal to n, I greater than or equal to 1. So if you take the number like 5, 5 to 1 is what? Decrement. So we'll say I minus minus. Apply the formula, simple, f equal to f into I. That's it. Once the for loop is completed, display the value of factorial f. Now, let me elaborate. So when you ask here enter a number, we'll say 5, means n is 5 and f is 1 initially. Now comes to for loop. I equal to n means I equal to 5. 5 greater than or equal to 1, s. Comes to statement f equal to f into I. So what is the value of f initially? 1. So it will be what here? 1 into 5. I is 5. So the value of f will become 5. Now the control comes to I minus minus. I will become now 4. 4 greater than or equal to 1, s. Again f equal to f into I. So what is the value of f? 5. I value is now 4. The value of f will become 20. Again I minus minus 3. 3 greater than or equal to 1, s. Again f equal to f into I, which is 20 into 3, which is 60. Again I minus minus, which is 2. 2 greater than or equal to 1, s. Again comes to statement f equal to f into I, which is 60 into 2, which is 120. Again I minus minus 1. 1 greater than or equal to 1, s. Again f equal to f into I, which is 120 into 1, 120. Again I minus minus 0. 0 greater than or equal to 1, false. Comes out of loop, prints the factorial f value, which is 120. Right? Now see when we run, if I go with a number like 5, it's going to display factorial as 120. Clear with this code? Any questions? No. Let us write the same code using methods. Let us write the same code using method. So what is a method? Even we call function. In Java we call the term method. A method is a subprogram which is used to do a specific task. A method is what? It is a subprogram which is used to do what? A specific task. Now, so here what is the task I want to do? Factorial. So what you do? You create a method inside the class. You create a method fact. This is how the method looks. The name of the method, parenthesis, and open and close curly brace. This is how the method looks. Now we have to take the logic and keep it inside the method. This is our logic. Take this logic and keep it inside the method. Now, once we calculate this, what is the number we are accepting? This number I should pass to this method. How to pass this? We have to call the method fact of n. So this is we call calling the method. This we call defining the method. So whatever the number you are passing, I have to store this value into a variable. So here we go with the variable n. So this n we call, n is an argument or parameter. So this n we call it as what? Argument or parameter. So what are the number we are accepting? That number we are passing to this method in the form of argument or parameter. So for this number, we are finding factorial. After finding factorial, the result, what is the result in this example like 120? This result I want to give back to this method. How to give the result back to the method is by using a keyword return. By using a keyword return and the value of f. Now, whatever the value we are returning here, f, it's what data type? Integer. The value whatever you are returning here, f, it's of what type? Integer. So before the method name, mention the data type what you are returning. So this concept we call it as return type, mentioning the data type before the method name. This we call it as return type. So what is the return type of fact method means? What answer we should say? Integer. What is the return type of? What is the return type of fact method means? Integer. Now, so this result what you are returning, this 120 for this example, that will come and store into this method, that later store it into some other variable and print here. So we are storing the result into some other variable and we are printing. And one more point, since main is static method, inside a static method, if you call any other method directly, then this method also should be static. So the syntax rule is a static method can access only other static members directly. A static method can access only other static members directly. So more about static keyword I'll be discussing next week when we come to object oriented. Right? Now see, when you run the code, if I go with the number as like 6, it's going to display factorial like 720. Clear all of you how to write the code using methods? So what are the programs we have done before? The assignments, everything, try to write that code using methods, now onwards. Now, let us go with one more example. Write a program to display multiplication table for a given number. If you take the number like 5, we want to display the output like this. 5 into 1 equal to 5. 5 into 2 equal to 10. Like that. 5 into 9 equal to 45. 5 into 10 equal to 50. In this, 5 is our given number. 5 is what? Given number. 1 to 10, it's a sequence. So we can manage the sequence using a for loop with variable I. And this is our product. So what's the formula? N into I will give the product to us. Now, let us write this code. mtable dot open Eclipse. Right click on project and in new class mtable with main method. Now, import scanner. Now, create object of scanner. Connect to keyboard. Now, sorry. Go with the message. Enter a number. We'll say int n equal to s dot next int. Now for this number we want to display the multiplication table. So take a for loop which starts at 1, I less than or equal 10, I plus plus. Now find the product intp equal to n into I. Now see that display. First we have to display the number, then start symbol as it is, then the value of I, then equal to symbol as it is, then the value of p. Now let me elaborate. So when we ask here enter a number, We'll say 5, means n is 5 here. Comes to for loop, I equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 10, yes. Then comes to statement p equal to 5 into 1. So what is the value of p now? 5. So how we are printing? First n value, which is 5. Then start symbol we kept in double quotes, which is going to print as it is. Then the value of I, which is 1. Then equal to symbol we kept in double quotes, which is going to display as it is. Then p value. What is p value? 5. Now control goes to I++. I will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 10, yes. Again p equal to 5 into 2. So what is the value of p now? 10. So it is printing first in value 5. Then star symbol in double quotes as it is, it's going to print. Then I value, which is 2. Then equal to symbol in double quotes, which is going to print as it is. Then p value, which is 10. Like that it continues. 5 into 9 equal to 45 and 5 into 10 equal to 50. After 10, I++, I will become 11. 11 less than or equal to 10, false comes out. Now see, when we run, if you go with the number 5, it's going to display the table for 5 here. Clear this code? Any questions? Now let us write this code using method. So let us go with a method here like mTable. Let us
Hi,
go with a
Raj.
method. Yeah. Hi,
I
Nitil.
was having some server issues, so I had to join late.
Okay, right. So we are discussing for loop and we are at the end of for loop. Please follow the recording. Any questions you can ask next class. Okay, Nitil.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we are seeing multiplication table. So let us go with a method mTable. Now what we have to do, just to take the logic and keep it inside the method. Now call, once we accept the number, call this method. So to call the method mTable and pass our number. That's it. Now, so what are the number we have passed? We have to store it into argument here. Now, which is going to take care of displaying the multiplication table. In this piece of code, we are not returning any value outside of method. We are not having any return keyword. So if you are not returning any value outside of method, we use void. What's the meaning of void? Void means no return type. Void means what? No return type. And already I mentioned, since main is static, inside a static method, if you call any other method directly, so this method also should be static, because a static method can access only static members directly. So next week, I'll be discussing more on static keyword. Now, for now, let us run this code. If I go with the number like 15, it's going to display the table for 15 here. So what are the number we provide? What are the number we are going to provide here? It's going to display the table for that number here. So try to write the codes using the methods. Then the code will become simple for us. Right? Any questions? Now, let us move to the next concepts here. Break and continue. Break is used to come out of loop, and continue is used to continue the loop. Break is for what purpose? To come out of loop, and continue is for what? To continue the loop. Like example, if you take a while loop, any loop it can be, with some condition. We go with some statements and we say break here and some statements. Now whenever it says break, the control will jump out of loop. The control will come outside of the loop here. If take while loop with some condition, we go with some statements, and when we use the keyword continue with some statements, so whenever the control says continue, the control will jump back to the condition. So whenever it sees the break keyword, it comes out of loop. Continue will go back to the condition. Now, let us understand this with the example codes. Write a program to accept the numbers from user until the user enters 0. Until the user enters 0. And find the sum of these numbers. So we'll be keep on accepting the numbers from user, and there is no limit of accepting. And when user want to stop accepting number, he has to enter 0. The user has to enter 0. And what are the numbers user has entered? We have to find the sum of it. Now, let us go with the code break demo. Now, right click on project and say new class break demo with main method. Now, import scanner. Create object of scanner class. Connect to keyboard. Now, go with the variables like number and initial value of sum. We are taking it as 0. Now take a while loop while true. While true. This we call it as infinite loop. So the condition is always true. So when the condition is always true, this we call it as infinite loop. So it won't come out of loop. So there should be some way to come out of loop. How to come out of loop? Using break. By using break, we come out of this loop based on the condition. Now inside the loop, go with the message, enter a number. To stop, enter 0. To stop, enter 0. Now store the number into any variable. Now once we accept the number, check whether this number is 0. How to check? If the given number is 0, the given number is 0, come out of loop using what? Break keyword. If it is not 0, add it to sum. That's it. Now once we come out of loop, print the value present in sum variable. Now see here, initially the value of sum is what? 0. While true, condition true, it will ask for the number. So we'll say the number as 5. 5 equal to 0? No. Then it's going to find the sum. Sum equal to 0 plus 5. Now the value of sum is 5. Now the control goes back to condition. While true, condition is again true. It will ask for a number. We'll say now 8. 8 equal to 0? No. Then take that new number 8. Add it to previous sum 5. Now the sum will become 13. Again the loop repeats. It will ask for a number. We'll say now 6. 6 equal to 0? No. Then take the new number 6. Add it to previous sum 13. Now the sum will become 19. Again the loop repeats. We'll ask enter a number. To stop, enter 0. Now this time we'll say 0. 0 equal to 0, yes, break, comes out of loop. Whenever it says break, comes out of loop, prints the value of sum. What is that? 19 here. So whenever you want to come out of loop, what keyword we have to use? Break keyword. Right? Now, let us run this code. 5, 8, 6. Now this time we'll go with 0. It's going to print sum as what? 19. Clear this code? Any questions? No. So when we write the code like this, while true with some statements, this we call infinite while loop. If you write do with some statements at the end while true, then we call this one as infinite do while loop. If you say for semicolon semicolon, for semicolon semicolon, then with some statements, this we call infinite for loop. So when you want to go with infinite for loop, you have to use here 2 semicolons. Let us go with one more example, the last one. That is, write a program to display the following output. So we want to display the numbers from 1 to 10. So but one number is missing. What is that? 5 is missing. So we want to display from 1 to 10 except 5. Now, let us write this code. Continue demo. Continue demo with main method. Take a variable n equal to 1, then say while n less than or equal to 10, n plus plus. Now we have to check whether that n is 5. If n is 5, we don't want to display. If n is 5, we don't want to display. Just a second. Now, so check whether this n is 5. So to check if the number equal to 5. If the number is equal to 5, then say n plus plus and continue. So whenever we say continue, it will go back to condition again. If it is not 5, print it. System.out.print the value of n separated by space. That's it. Now see the result here. Initially, n is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10, yes. Then 1 equal to 5, no. So it's going to print 1 separated by space. Then again n plus plus 2. 2 less than or equal to 10, yes. 2 equal to 5, no. Then it's going to print 2. It's going to print 2, then 3, then 4. After 4, n plus plus 5. 5 less than or equal to 10, s. Then comes to if condition, 5 equal to 5, s. Now it is s. Then n plus plus it will become 6, continue. Continue means goes back to condition again. Now 6 less than or equal to 10, s. 6 equal to 5, no. Then it's going to print the remaining print operation here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. So whenever you want to go back to condition, we make use of continue keyword. Whenever you want to come out of loop, we use break keyword. Right? Now see when we run, we get the result between 1 to 10 except 5. Clear this code, all of you? Any questions? Let me go with the assignment. Please practice this. So what are the assignments you are submitting? I'm going to check it and reply you back. And next week, once we start with object oriented, I'll even be discussing the solution of the given assignments. Write a program to display the following output. When you run the program, we should get this output directly. That is, we should draw a line, then say a number, then factorial. Then again draw the line. If the number is 1, factorial of 1 is 1. 2, 2. 3, 6. 4, 24. 5, 120. Again draw the line and say a sum equal to sum of these factorials. So when you run the program, this output should come directly to us. Write a program to display multiplication tables from 1 to 10. So we should display first table, second table, third table, like that. So we should display the tables from 1 to 10. Write a program to check whether the given number is prime or not. So what are prime numbers? The numbers which are divisible by 1 in itself. We call them as prime numbers, like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, like that. Write a program to find sum of prime numbers from 2 to 100. We should find the sum of prime numbers between 2 to 100. Okay, so try to write these codes and try to write the code using methods. So when you write the code using methods, the way to write the code will, the complexity will get decreased and our code will become reusable. Okay, so however, next week we'll discuss the solutions. So we'll be understanding how to write the code using methods and how to make our method reusable. Okay, so next week the class will be on Monday. For some of you, the people who are in US or Canada, Sunday evening. So where we are going to start off with a new topic, arrays. So Monday we go with arrays, then we start next class onwards, we start with very important topic, object oriented programming. Right? Yeah. Any questions before I close? Yeah, yes, Nitil?
What?
Yeah, any questions, Nitil?
No, I think I actually understood it. I got the general idea.
Okay, right. So thank you all and happy weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you, Raj.